They've done it again. Johan Durant and Stephen Mitchell are the APTA National Champions for the second year in a row.
There you have it, your women's APTA National Champions, Florentina Harnisch and Anna Maria Sabori.
To the APTA Tour. We are live from the Glenview Club in Golf, Illinois, bringing you the 2023 APTA Chicago Nationals, which is the 13th and final stop on the 2022-23 APTA Tour, presented by Remedy Plus and sponsored by the APTA membership, the APTA National sponsors Paddle Pro and Fusion, and local sponsors Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, Wind Trust, and Viking. I am Anthony Casamano, along with Lauren Mandel, bringing you live action for the women's round of 16 between Spencer Caravaggio and Wendy Spiz, the 10th seeds, playing against Jessica Guillot and Alice Tunaro. Warming up right now. Hi and welcome, Lauren. Let's pass it over to you to introduce the players.
Hi, Anthony. I am looking forward to this match today. It's going to be an interesting match.
Okay, on the near side of the court. Actually, let's go to the far side of the court. First, in the blue cap, Jessica Guillot. Her partner, Alice Tunaro, wearing all black. On the far side of the court, on the near side of the court, wearing all black hoodie jacket, Spencer Caravaggio, and her partner in the red vest, Wendy Spiz. Our umpire today, David Nijedlik. And let's take a look at the draw, see how we got here.
Okay, Anthony, I'm here.
Okay. The draw from the 10th seeds, Caravaggio and Spiz. Nothing out of the ordinary for them. They won their round of 32 match, 6-2, 6-3. On the other side of the draw, Guillot and Tunaro won their match 6-4, 6-3.
Ladies and gentlemen, this round of 16 match is the best of 3 sets with tiebreak.
We'll listen to the umpire introduce the teams and the scoring.
Illinois, Spencer Caravaggio. Her partner from Denver, Colorado, Wendy Spiz. On my right, net court from Sewickley, PA, Jessica Guillot. Her partner from Columbus, Ohio, Alice Tunaro. Guillot Tunaro won the toss and elected to receive.
Guillot and Tunaro will receive. A little background on Spencer Caravaggio. She is the head rackets professional at the Lakeshore Country Club in Glencoe, Illinois. Wendy Spiz is living in Denver, Colorado right now, but is a transplant from the Chicago area. Together with her partner, they made it to the round of 16 in Boston. Lost to Cram and Herschel. The Chicago Charities lost in the quarterfinals to Nika and Nicolescu, and finished second at Medina, losing to Liz Cruz and Williamson.
It's a lot harder than it looks. Like, people are like, I want to learn how to do it. I'm like, it's not that easy.
Jessica Guiu has played a few different partners this season, with some nice finishes. Third place in Montclair with Jacqueline Williamson. A second place finish in Birchwoods, playing with Liz Cruz. Lost in the finals with Jacqueline Williamson to Morgan Sakura in Cleveland. And playing with Alice Gennaro in Short Hills. Made it to the round of 16 and finished in the 10th place. Looks like we're just about ready to start. Been pretty fortunate so far with the weather in Chicago. We had some snow overnight, about 4 or 5 inches. Cleared up this morning. Been some flurries coming through. Shouldn't be a factor. The courts are dry. It's overcast. I think we're at about 36 or 7 degrees, which is very comfortable paddle weather.
Okay. Caravaggio to serve.
Spencer Caravaggio to serve. Some last minute strategy. Comes out of the box with a blitz, setting early tone. Looks like there's going to be some movement. Big forehand drive.
Love 30.
Ball down the line, just goes a little long.
All.
That's a nice return cross court. Caravaggio is a little slow getting to the net. She's got good pace on her serve, which means she's got to get in a little faster to get that first volley.
Game.
Faults to finish the first game.
They lead the first set, 1 game to love. Tunaro to serve.
Tenaro to serve. Serving at 1 love.
Football.
Foot fault right off the bat. Sometimes early foot faults can have a lasting impact. We'll see the adjustment.
On.
Spiz looking for the blitz. So Caravaggio is in the forehand side of the court.
Thirty, 15. Forty, 15.
That's a great effective block
40,
of that
30.
fast-paced overhead. Took some time away from Tenaro. Forced an overhead into the net.
That was long. Dude.
The call is out, bringing it to deuce. That's a beautiful backhand stayed low. Went to the lower side, lower percentage side of the court, but with just the right amount of pace.
Game.
Big drive from Wendy Spiz.
Caravaggio Spiz. It is 1 game all.
So we have a break right back.
Spiz to serve.
1-all, Spiz to serve. Choosing to stay back, let's see. Yeah, they had good success from the backcourt in the previous game. It looks like they're going to try to win points from the backcourt.
Love 15.
Same way, both sides staying back. So the strategy for staying back usually is most effective when you have really powerful forehands or return of serves on the opponent's side. And it takes away that quick point forcing the team to give up their favorite shot, the return of serve. Changes the pace of the match a little bit. Makes the team reconsider how they're going to run points. Shot was there.
Love 30.
Liz is a little surprised with herself since the ball was short and it was there. Maybe it was too easy. Great lob to set up that backhand overhead. It's a good drive opportunity.
Love 40.
Okay, I'm going to welcome Mark Fischel to the booth with us.
$15.40.
15-40. So far the pace has been slow. They're still feeling each other out. Caravaggio and Spiz have been staying back on the serve. It's 1-1.
30-40.
She's had a few good looks so far. A couple of really nice return of serve forehands. Missed a few as well this game. Yeah, there's that big forehand from Spiz. She hasn't have it quite dialed in yet.
They lead the first set 2-1. Gayu to serve.
Yeah, that's not easy to do late in your career. Kyo to serve. 2-1.
Love 15.
Yes. Such a composed forehand drive from Caravaggio. Strikes the ball so clean, 3/4 pace.
$15 all.
Yes, very fluid, very composed.
$30-15. $30 all.
30 all.
Down the line drive. Good pace, keep that net person honest. Caravaggio's got the backhand too in the middle of the court. Yeah, she doesn't quite look settled in yet. She's missing her forehand a little bit.
$40-30.
40-30.
Short is 2.
Very undecided there. Caravaggio takes advantage of it. 2 really good forehands in a row. Brings it back to deuce. I'm sorry, 40-30.
Advantage, Spiz.
There's the big drive from Spiz, but she missed it again. A little wide, a little long.
Deuce.
We're at deuce.
Well, that's a tricky little drive for Caravaggio there.
Very nice cutter off the net again.
Advantage, Spiz.
Advantage Spiz.
Point 2 all. Take a crack at that ball.
Looked like she sized it up.
Had it beat behind. She's such a tremendous athlete.
Deuce.
Really well, great hand. Former NCAA Division II national champion on the doubles title, Jessica Johnson. That's the role that really seems to be in trouble. Fighting everything off over there.
Offensive lobs yet.
Elaborate on that thought. That's such a good thought.
Yeah, I mean, some people don't quite understand that the lob
Advantage,
can be and should be an offensive shot. You're not just trying to get the ball back. You need to get it back with purpose, move your opponents around, try to find weaknesses in the net team's play, and moving well
Deuce.
helps you get into a position to make those lobs a little bit better. And right,
The too many tennis players lob
Advantage,
because they can't
Spiz.
drive when they first start playing the game without that understanding.
and there's the Spiz forehand down the line. You'd be amazed how many times, Mark, that I hear people say, "Oh yeah, I'm just trying to get the ball back." And if you're just trying to get the ball back, that's all you're going to do. You're just going to get it back. You have to start thinking, getting in the right position early to completely control that lob.
Yes, Spiz has come a big deal forehands.
Oh, a loose swing.
Game,
Trying to go too
Caravaggio,
tight into that side
Spiz.
screen, and that's the game.
It is 2 games all, first
Ball,
set.
first set.
Caravaggio to
Just
serve.
everybody wonders what she's feeling. It's right there on her sleeve as she takes a sip of her 64-ounce bottle of drink of Diet Pepsi. She probably ran 8 miles today before the match. That's what she does.
Caravaggio and Spiz have not been to the net yet on their service games.
Love the defined strategy early on. Nope, that's wrong. That's a Bolsonaro get a step around and hit a forehand off.
She's, talk about preparing early for that hard overhead. She hasn't really been able to catch up to it well enough to hit offense, which you should be able to do if you see it early enough.
Lobs. Caravaggio. Spiz. So interesting to me, Anthony, in this new era that we're playing the game with so much dynamic offense. The game still comes down to who lobs better.
It does. It always does. The best lobbers are looking 2 and 3 shots ahead of everything else right there. The lob, not for that shot, for the third shot they're going to get from the bag. Backhand hit overhead.
And it's early, but you see some bad shifting from Bolsonaro. Little backhand overhead, ball going through. We're playing too many balls to Caravaggio right now.
Yeah, I agree. Spiz is still not completely comfortable over there. I'd probably beating her up as much as possible until it changes. Caravaggio is mixing up her points very well. 3-quarter drives, big shots, bigger forehands. She's controlling the play much better than that side.
It's too hard for righties to be playing the defense anyway. It's such a bad angle. You know, shooting overheads.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
It's like they're giving too much respect to Spiz forehand.
I'm sure that was the scouting report, but if she's not producing in the match, you have to be aware of that.
When he's living in Denver today,
Yes.
now he's actually playing. Right? Question of game plan for Caravaggio. Bolsonaro to play Caravaggio.
That's
Good there from Spiz.
30-15.
30-15. Caravaggio serving.
Mentality when you're playing a team that's staying back the whole match.
You do have to change. You have to change your strategy because you hope and you look to win a few points off your return to serve. With the return to serve, I like to blitz a lot, so yeah, that's a big part of the success that a lot of these teams have. So you have to think a little bit more how you're going to take advantage of the backcourt, which comes down to what we already said. Strategic offensive lobbing.
40-15.
Caravaggio. The more butterflies are going to leave Spiz, and she's going to be hitting the better.
There's Spiz fails the trail into the corner. She knows it.
40, 30.
40-30.
And it's really the match. It's the points that determine winning these sets, right? Close out games, so critical.
Right, we had an opportunity to be up 1, and it's 2-2, and this game is a big game.
Triple ball. And that just kills you, right? Staying back.
Score is deuce.
Oh,
That happens more than
I'm not going to admit how many times that happens to me. Maybe so tomorrow coming in, she's playing again. He'll hit a lot more overheads. Great dig.
Oh, Spiz makes 2 great plays. She was there to cover that seam. I'm not sure she was in better position than he was last time, but the ball came out a little bit more.
Further, yep,
Caravaggio.
exactly.
And she converted. Now she's bouncing around. I think she's this game is a Caravaggio to the head. So, Mark, in your opinion, what does snow like this do to the anything? I don't think it's an issue with the court being slippery, but just the distraction.
Yeah, I don't think it's much of one. I mean, maybe a little bit when you're looking up in the air for the overheads.
Deuce.
But other than that, court's not slippery. It's just a pleasant way to play. There you see Spiz trying to sneak it up. Oh, God. Tenaro's hit the dig 4 or 5 times in the last 3 points, 4 points.
Yeah, she's absolutely been on that. She's been looking for it, and now she's hitting it.
She's got a great roller. Add Gio Tenaro, chance to get stop the run. Interesting how this formation they're in. The Tenaro's hitting so many of the overheads.
And you see what just happened there. Tenaro got out of position because she's so far over to her left. It really exposes the right side of the court. I think she got lucky because the let court actually gave her time to adjust to that drive.
Yeah, she was in trouble.
She was.
And there's the ball. Spiz tries to dive from too deep in the court and misses it.
Tenaro.
The 2022-23 APT Tour is brought to you by Remedy Plus. When you need that extra boost on the paddle court, we have a great tasting, body fueling Remedy Plus bar and Remedy Plus shot. Fuel your body right with Remedy Plus. Yeah, real back and forth match through the first 5 games, Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, this could have just as easily been the other way. And Caravaggio and Spiz held on to that game. I think it's a key game. And let's see if they can consolidate it here. I think the momentum has swung in their direction where it felt earlier in the set that Gio and Tenaro were a little bit more in control.
Control, right? Is there ever any such a thing as control in a paddle match?
It's sometimes obvious and often fleeting.
I used to play a lot of matches against John Schmidt, who was a tremendous competitor.
I know him very well.
And Anton Maverick and I used to say that after you shook hands with John, he still came back half the time.
Yeah. Exactly. We know the best matches in paddle will have 6 or 7 momentum changes throughout the sets. And the strongest mental players will end up having a few more in their favor.
That's the game, isn't it? And along those lines, watching how Caravaggio and Spiz are playing, it takes so much mental fortitude to play from the backcourt all the time. I think that's so much of a harder thing to do than playing at the net.
I completely agree. You feel it's a very one-dimensional approach, so you have to make sure your strategy is solid, you're moving well. You can see Caravaggio's bouncing up and down, so you have to keep that energy level high. You're going to work most of the time a little harder from the back court. Misses that backhand long. 30 love.
Yeah, and you can see it. Like in the first point, you saw a questionable decision from Caravaggio. He tried to guide a forehand. And that's the shot you want to see her taking. That big forehand drive. Such a good shot.
She dips it right over the net, which makes a really tough first volley. Especially with Spiz creeping up a little bit, looking to close that with a blitz.
Early bail. That's great spotted backhand. Spiz asking a lot of good questions here. Gets beaten with the nick though. Another big point right here, 40-30.
Caravaggio let that ball drop nice and low. Went right for the corner. Really well placed.
Well, that's a volley she's got to make right on her paddle. It's interesting to me, Anthony, in the guys' game, you see everybody switching at the net. They've all determined who they want hitting the overheads. You see much less of that in the women's game. How does Sabori do it? But that's about it.
Yeah, I was actually going to comment on that because the last point, Spiz did move to the other side of the net, and I hadn't seen that yet.
Normally you have one person who's better hitting overheads than the other. Good swing, catches the top of the tape. Another game point, up 4-2. Advantage, Tenaro. We commented on it about Spiz. But Tenaro is coming from the Columbus area, which clearly doesn't get a lot of high-level paddle. And she practices a bunch with Brian Heil, but practice is not matched.
Yeah.
Nope, reach for that volley.
Brings it back to deuce.
Good low volley. Patient playing the wires.
Yeah. Her game, Caravaggio's game is so smooth. I'm really impressed by how precise and smooth and unrushed she approaches every ball. Takes a lot of focus, and to your point earlier, when you're playing from the backcourt the whole time, your focus level has to stay high and your decision making has to stay really, really pure.
Caravaggio really hits the ball off of both wings. Very smooth. And just a blurt of an overhead. And another 40-15 game gone by, and it's 3-all first set. Kind of a weird first 6 games. Do you like the strategy staying back? I can't tell if it's working.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet either. I mean, They haven't even tried to play the net yet, so
They did it from the first game, huh?
yeah, from the first game, from the get-go. So they clearly were concerned with the offensive return of the return of serves, but
Maybe they just worried about their serves. Now we're exchanging ground strokes in the backcourt. I like it. Tenaro once again caught off the net in that tough angle.
yeah, she's been playing a little too far off the net when it looks like there's going to be an offensive opportunity from her opponent. She needs to close, and she's not doing that.
So if you could take Gio and Tenaro aside, timeout, coach, what are you telling them?
I'd like to see Guillot hit some more of the overheads and Tenaro closer to the net.
A little more conventional
Just
formation.
exactly. Give her an opportunity. I mean, she's a strong volleyer when she's on the net, Tenaro. So give her a shot up there and see if she can end some points a little quicker.
So catches the leg point there.
15-30.
15-30. Catches the nick. That was with your strategy, I might add. She catches the nick.
It was.
15-40.
15-40.
I think one of the things that's so important is to have an understanding of what's going on the court, what's working, what's not. Gio's got to get out of the way there faster.
Yeah, she was slow moving.
Where somehow Caravaggio Spiz get out of the way of this game, that'll be 3 consecutive 40-15 games lost by the team in the lead. Spiz is just in survival mode over there.
Yeah, which really plays to what you were saying, having Guillot hitting some more overheads into Spiz's corner and having Tenaro up at the net, looking to finish some of these points or take advantage of the short lobs like we just saw there.
And through the first 7 games, we've seen far more errors off the Spiz paddle than Caravaggio. Caravaggio's been rock solid and presented a lot of offense.
Right, and she's seeing 90% of the balls so far, 80% of the balls.
This is just a gorgeous scene at the Glenview Club, Gulf, Illinois. Snow falling everywhere. Just beautiful out there. Hopefully it won't start to stick.
Yeah, the court still looks dry. This is pure paddle weather.
Which is really nice because we've had too many nationals in 50, 60 degree weather, which is so odd. We play the whole season in the cold weather and then mid-March rolls around and it's warm.
Shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah, Long Island was, I think, 70 degrees last year on Saturday.
Right, so this is how the sport was built. A winter sport for tennis players to keep busy. And it was clearly meant to be played in this weather.
If I could go back and redo how things are done, I would have a calendar year schedule. First tournament of the year in January, Nationals in December. Almost guaranteed a cold weather then.
Right.
If you want to have some warm weather tournaments in the summer, great, no problem. But the final event of the year would always be in cold weather.
In the colder weather.
Pep talk here.
So what's the strategy? What's the winning point on the Guillot Tenaro side? What are they trying to set up? Is it Guillot's forehand, Tenaro's forehand? What's their finishing point over here?
I would say it's Guillot's blitzing and Tenaro's forehand. Another really good backhand from Caravaggio. More of a slap forehand for Guillot.
Yeah, that's a heavy ball.
Wow, that's just a sloppy overhead. Tenaro usually has such a good overhead.
15.
Knows the ball she just needed to pound into the side wire. Caravaggio can't drive that ball. It's like knee height or lower. 15 all. Big moment in the match right here. I don't know why she bailed on that ball. It was so low. $15-30.
15-30.
Big shout out to Shannon Vincent, who's here. Our Nationals tournament director, living in Texas. Great pick up there. Oh, great volley from Gennaro. That goes to what you were saying earlier. Anthony. She volleys so well from on the net, but from off the net, not so much.
Right.
Which is true with most mortals. Great play by Spiz. Caught that ball early. But I don't know why Guillaume was the forehand volley there. That was clearly a backhand. 15-40. Gennaro with almost a little bit of a guest appearance there. So Guillaume makes the volley anyway. These are the overheads I want to see. Lob there. You got Guillaume right on top of the net. It's so much of a better formation. It's almost like they want Tennaro hitting the overheads wherever she is.
That's what I was just noticing.
Which is kind of odd.
Oh, nice deep volley there.
Yeah, that was a ball Caravaggio wants back. You just can't drive that ball three-quarter pace from mid-court. You're too exposed. 30-40.
Well, she's caught Tennaro off the net enough times to make that an interesting shot.
Yeah, I much prefer this team with Tennaro on the ad side, hitting the overhead. There's the switch. Okay, so maybe they heard us, Anthony.
Yeah.
We are pretty close to the court. She is determined to keep that ball away from Spiz.
Yeah, clearly that's the strategy they discussed before this match. And they're holding to it. But I think they should test their assumption a little bit more.
Yeah, Spiz just looks so uncomfortable, even on those last two gets. Get there. Oh!
Another great get. But even with those two great gets, she's scrambling and she's still not comfortable.
Yeah. Then they hit an overhead too hard, even though Spiz is in trouble. Still makes the play. Guillaume drops her paddle in frustration. 4-all, first set. Up the Nick.
Oh, that's a very measured swing. Great pace. And that's the strategy. When your opponents stay back, you do. You angle towards the corners.
See if Guillaume Tennaro switch here today. See that Guillaume doesn't hit that roller we've seen so much of from Tennaro. Well, that's just a blurt.
Just a blurt.
Love 30. But that goes to playing the backcourt all the time.
Right. We talked about it. It's just you have to be on every single shot twice as much as you normally would.
Got it.
Well, that is absolutely Gio's ball.
Yes.
She was looking at Gennaro the whole way. I'm not sure what happened there.
30.
It seems like they're purposely not going to Spitz's side screen, and in my opinion, I think that's the best shot. I think that's the best ball to go, the best place to go for Spitz. But they're playing it in the middle of the court.
15-40. Yeah, it's just kind of an odd strategy. Oh, Gio cannot believe she missed that ball. But neither can I, actually.
She's checked out twice during this match so far. I think she's reconsidering strategy while she's trying to play these points. She's got something competing going on in her head right now.
Huge point right here.
Yeah. It's another 40-15 game.
Yeah. See Gio letting that ball through and Gennaro hitting another backhand overhead. Look how far over she is hitting that.
It's a dangerous stacking on that side. Especially the way Caravaggio can hit to that cross-court corner, yeah.
Gennaro off the net.
Yeah.
Somebody told him to stay away from Spiz, clearly. So it goes to, the recognition as to what's going on while you're on the court. If you're stuck in a particular strategy, it's comfortable even if it's not working.
And that's the biggest part of this is it working or is it not working, right? It's for all. So in your head, sometimes you think it's working, and when we're sitting on the outside looking in, we would change the strategy, but they're not convinced it's not the right strategy right now. But I think it would be 5-3 if they were playing the strategy we think might work a little bit better.
And that again was that same volley you talked about, Gennaro to make off the net.
So that's the overhead I want to see.
Yep.
Again and again.
You see Spiz is fighting him off. But there, Gennaro steps in and takes one that she doesn't need to hit.
Yeah.
Changes the whole formation. A couple points ago, we showed them switch to have Gennaro's overhead in the middle, and we haven't seen that since. All for women know how important this point is, and they're playing it accordingly. It's like a battle. Can Gennaro find the let for the Nick? Nope,
Go long.
that one long. 5-4. Gio Gennaro. That's what I was saying. It was like a battle to see if Gennaro could find the nick before Caravaggio could beat her cross court.
Right. And guess what? That strategy, their strategy, worked on that point in that game. So I don't think they're going to change it, even though I think they could be doing better, working Spitz's side a little bit more.
Okay, so Gio Gennaro will serve in the first set, whatever that means that they're serving for the set.
Definitely more strategy discussion going on. We'll see if anything changes.
Okay, Alice Tenaro to serve. Spencer Caravaggio.
The pressure from Spiz causes a
Love 15.
volley error.
Much more settled with that volley.
It's a great drive by Caravaggio. She really found the
But she missed that one by 3 feet. That was the right shot. She just failed to execute.
she started the point off so well. Perfectly spotted drive.
15 all. There she finds the nick in the one-on-one battle they've got going.
30-15.
Okay, 2 points from the set. Little conversation here. See how short the court Spiz is. Both feet inside the baseline and throws in a fault. I'm a little bit surprised we haven't seen Gio Tenaro kind of do a little I formation or Australian. Something to negate the blitzing. Caravaggio misses the backhand there. Good swing. Catches the top of the tape. And that takes us to set point. 40-30. See how uncomfortable Spiz was under that
Spiz
ball.
fights it off, and Tenaro goes
That was
a little long.
tight-looking
It
volley,
was.
wasn't it?
It
Oh.
was. It's a set point. Yips.
And it's nationals, right? So it's different than every tournament all season.
It really is. See if that comes back to haunt them this set.
Oh.
Oh, I thought she had the pickup there.
Yeah, she was positioned and she kind of stabbed at it just a little. Set point number 2. That elbow is feeling really heavy right now.
Started on the overhead, carried through to the serve, back to deuce. And you said it, Mark. The hardest thing in the Nationals is to close.
And Tenaro's played so little tournament paddle this year.
Yeah.
That makes it even harder in
It
big
does.
moments.
It does. Like you said, practicing is not playing, and not only is it not playing, it's not playing at the Nationals level.
Oh, great exchange. Oh, she misses the volley.
Just got to close on that ball a little bit more.
There were 2 places to be there, on top of the net and in the backcourt.
Exactly.
Nowhere else.
Well,
Let forward
great
from
swing.
Caravaggio. Break point.
Advantage, Spiz.
So missed overhead, a fault, and we have head out.
Five all. Wow.
Caravaggio, Spiz. 5 games.
When you get
all
tight
first
like that, it's hard to shake off
It
as you
is.
get deeper in the match.
It is. This game will be pivotal to see if you can fight back.
You're staying back again. 5 all, first set. Pounding away, looking for that nick again.
She's been close to the corner all day, and I think that's a decent strategy too. Lob goes long. Confirmed by the umpire. Love 15.
Love is
time the whole set. We've seen 4 or 5 balls in a row.
In a row.
Spiz. Then you get an error.
We've been asking for that series all day. It worked there.
30.
See if they recognize it. We've had a lot of breaks to serve. Conversation here. Spiz and Caravaggio.
Just a little positive energy. There's a huge swing from Spiz. She's been waiting for that.
Tenaro was so far
Off the net.
30.
15-30.
Right, back to the side screen. Gives us another short lob. Guillaume's done that a few times.
30. All.
We've gotten one empty. And the score's 5-all. I don't even think we'll tell them who the other match is. I will tell them.
30 all, 5 all. I'd say this is a big point this set.
That's what John Lubau would say if he was here. She catches Caravaggio moving to the center. She's able to recover.
Great recovery. But well-placed ball there.
As they were in a defensive position, and she took an offensive approach.
Yeah.
No business moving forward there. Her partner had just barely dug one out. Okay, point for 6-5, 30-40. Yep.
That's what she's looking for.
Finds the nick. And she has found that nick at a Parsons-like ratio.
Maybe that's been the strategy going into this that we've been trying to explain for the first set.
Gayu to serve.
And then we'll serve for the first set for a second time. So 6-5, Guillaume Tenaro. Conversation here between Guillaume Tenaro. Tenaro's probably saying, don't fault. If it gets a set point, you hit it.
Saying don't miss an overhead.
Without question, what I'd be saying to you, Anthony. It's just that he's kind of dropping her wrist. She's off the net.
Yeah.
So to me, those are all signs of tension.
Yes, absolutely,
relaxed,
absolutely.
soft
She's not quite settled in the moment, in the stage of the set we're in right now. Makes these shots a little harder to hit. And there's a little bit more evidence she didn't want to come up and challenge that volley, that drive with a volley, so she stayed back.
Now we have a rare point with Caravaggio and Spiz at the net.
At the net. Caravaggio doesn't want to be there. She wanted to stay back.
Here it comes. And they are playing 90% of the balls. Tenaro, great. Nope,
That was
this is
wide.
Forehand wide.
Love 30.
Love 30. This set probably deserves a tiebreaker.
I think so. Good cover by Caravaggio. She saw that coming.
All of a sudden, they're hitting her over to the backhand side because Spiz isn't there. There's a switch in the backcourt. see how few balls Spiz lets through the wires.
Yeah.
Was it a strategy, or she's just not comfortable with it? With a couple of guest appearances. She finds the nick.
Yeah.
And to me, that's like such a flashing light that she's not comfortable on the wires. Let's test her patience.
Absolutely. If you can get an error after 2 or 3 repetitions, I would try 5 and 8 and 10 and just keep playing it until she proves otherwise.
Big forehand return there. But we're seeing no reaction from Gio Tenaro changing their formation to combat return serve.
The light bulb's not going to.
Points for a tiebreak. That's a good lob there for Spiz.
And again, working that backhand pays fairly quickly.
It was interesting there because there was a ball hit down the middle that Gio moved out of the way for Tenaro to hit. There was clearly a ball Tenaro would have hit when their roles were reversed. Another point for a tiebreak. So she stays back, and then there's like an excuse me attempt at the volley.
Yeah, if your server's staying back, you're only supposed to volley in that 2-foot zone. Everything else goes through.
And we'll play a tiebreak for the first set. I think that's like 6 breaks in a row.
I don't know. If I was a Glenview club, I would give this guy a raise. He's done such an amazing job every time I come in town.
So like you said, Mark, in the Nationals, in a tiebreaker, this is where you have to fight off not only your opponent, you have to fight off your nerves, you have to fight off thinking, am I going to make it to the next round? The first set sets the tone for a match if they can get up, so we'll see who steps up in this tiebreaker. It's going to tell us a lot.
All the extraneous thoughts that have nothing to do with what's going on, but they're so hard to eliminate.
Exactly.
Look at the formation there. Tenaro's almost behind Gio. Just finds the seam.
Yeah, they've had success there, so they'll keep working that corner.
2-0. This is a big point right here if they can handle the Spiz return to serve. See if Tenaro stays back or does something different. There's a good serve.
Yeah, Spiz, that's a good series.
The volleys.
One serving 2.
John Spilak, you'll be glad to know Mike arrived to watch this action. Sally and Mike will be scouting potential next matchup. I'm sure Delmonico
I have to say, Tenaro is very precise in what she's trying to accomplish here. She's taking Caravaggio towards the middle 2 steps and then right to the corner looking for the ding. So brings her out, brings her back in.
That's a dangerous change of direction.
Right. Closer to the middle.
Those overheads have to be so good when you're that far out of position.
So what should Caravaggio be doing? A great shot.
Great dig by Spiz.
So
2-all.
2-all to change up that sequence from Tunaro to Caravaggio. She needs to start lobbing down the line and create that confusion again between Guyot and Tunaro as far as who's going to hit that overhead. Get them out of their rhythm a little bit.
It's interesting that as the points get larger, the play gets longer. So there, Tunaro moves to the middle of the court, and she opens up her whole line. Exact opposite move she should have made.
Lead the tie break 3 points to 2. Guyot to serve.
They suggest Dio to serve, and for the first time in a while, they're behind.
Yeah.
Did a much better job of Tunaro handling that first volley.
To your point on the changeover, Mark, Tunaro has looked indecisive on choosing which volleys to commit to, when to come and close in, and when to step back, and forehand and backhand. So I think she's struggling a little bit with.
So there they had, she misses that one, but there they had Spiz in all sorts of trouble. She looked uncomfortable back there, and then they changed
And they
the
went
direction
away.
of the ball. That's a good move there, Dio. I like that. Good little pick up there in the backhand.
Yeah, it's a tricky shot by Tunaro. Quick drive.
Bunch of lobs driving him out of the service mark. But she misses that one. Okay, so
Missed lob, missed overhead from Caravaggio, 2 in a row.
3 serving 4, and they're behind again. Can stand prosperity, apparently.
So Sullivan serving, they lost the first set 6-4, and love 4. This would be a pretty good game. It's an understatement.
That ball looked close to the.
Close. Whoever loses this set, it's going to be a tough one to come back from. There's just no reason to hit that reset overhead. It was a short lob.
That was a short lob. She went with a shorter overhead to the middle of the court, knowing that Caravaggio can hit that ball on both sides. Yeah, that's an interesting choice.
Bingo.
Comes right back.
So it's 5-4. Gio Tunaro.
Guyot, Tunaro. Break 5 points to 4. Naru to
Okay, so just like normally, the pressure finds the weak point.
It
What
do-
can Alice Tunaro do here, serving 5-4? I'd have Gio in an I formation right in the center of the court.
Oh, and that's a big swing at a big time.
And a tight serve.
Serve was a
just
A little slow, a little short.
a little hit me, please.
Yeah.
Now here they can't afford to play regular formation. This is what Gio's talking about. Okay, so they're staying back. I think this is a good, smart move.
Yes, it is. Take Spitz's big forehand out of the picture for that point. Smart move.
Cadet to get Caravaggio overhead in the middle. Great lob from Gio. Let court per let court. That'll be set point number 4.
That's a little deja vu. Caravaggio got the backhand on the other point, and she gives it back to Tenoro.
Why she's putting a backhand overhead there, I'm not quite sure.
I was taught never, ever, ever to hit a backhand overhead.
Got her out of position. Caravaggio
covers.
Gio looking for the nick over there.
It's gonna play.
Smith looks so shaky under that ball.
She fought it off. It's gonna bounce on the sideline if that came down.
Catches the nick. Game in first set. Gio Tenoro, 7-6.
All right, we will be right back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel, presented by eNet Live.
High performance, never tasted biscuit, chocolate, berries, cinnamon, agave. Fuel your car, then fuel your body with Remedy Plus.
From the heart of Chicago, up to the North Shore, and stretching from the northwest suburbs, down to Kankakee. From urgent in-office care to virtual in-home visits, we're making orthopedic care available wherever and however needed. Because while we're adapting our lives to keep each other safe, we know that new injuries will happen and old injuries will stay. And IBJI is here to help.
Welcome back to the APTA Tour. We are in the round of 16. Match between Gio and Tenoro versus Caravaggio and Spitz, with Gio and Tenoro winning a tiebreaker and up 7-6 in the first set. Just about to start the second set here. Quick look at the draw. On our competing court, we have Delmonico and Gebbia. I believe have won the first set.
Know where you are.
Caravaggio in good spirits after losing the first set. A lot of momentum swings, a lot of back and forth, some tight points. Well fought set. Starting off the second set, it's going to be really important for Caravaggio and Spitz to get some momentum early on, get some more confidence. They were right in that first set.
Okay, guys.
So just Gio out in the parking lot, maybe getting a Remedy Plus energy bar.
Doing some push-ups.
You know what? We get started doing now. Let's do it.
So we'll see if there's a change in strategy there from Caravaggio Spiz.
So we talked a little bit about that mid-set, when you have a strategy that might be more obvious to viewers than it is to you and your partner. The match from the first set was so close, could have gone either way really until the tiebreaker. Will they actually change their strategy at this point? I don't know. That's a hard decision to make.
Well, that set was decided by a point here, point there.
You guys keep in the same order? Okay. You can put it on the side, yeah.
Okay, so Tenaro is back, which means all 4 women are returned to the court.
Jessica Guillou is warming up her serve. She will start
That's right.
the second set.
Okay, guys.
I think we'll know right away, Mark, if the strategy is going to change. It's been pretty consistent so far.
Okay, so Tenaro to serve, hitting one with the new ball. So here we go. I guess she's waiting for.
Yep. Hold on one second. Okay.
Yep. Little technical issue. Fixing a camera.
Okay, looks like we're ready to start.
Wild forehand there from Spiz.
15, love.
Already we're seeing a lot more balls into the Spiz corner.
Yes.
She misses that one wide.
2 balls dotted the line in that
I saw that out.
Umpire confirms the call. 15 all.
15 all.
Good move by Spiz.
30, 15.
Tenaro's been up and down handling that volley. She was a little back off the net, but Spiz wasn't able to execute. There's a missed volley there.
30 all.
Good cutoff there from Tenaro. Another one.
Right, when she closes on the net, she puts that ball in some tougher spots. Just gotta remember to do that.
Good trail by Spiz picking up that nick. That was smart of Guillot. She saw Caravaggio cheating to the middle. 40-30, 40-30. Big point right here. We get a hold of serve.
Spiz controlling that point. Half-pace drive.
So many opportunities to get control of the point, and they don't take it. See, she's so high in that volley.
It's like she's dropping her paddle head a little too low, which leaves the face open, and it's flying a little bit. They need to take advantage of this.
And there's Spiz misses another one, takes us back to deuce.
Spiz should be blitzing on every serve to Caravaggio's side. Keep the pressure on.
Good serve there. See how many times Spiz is reaching up for that ball? It's so hard when you do that because there's nowhere to swing the paddle once you've extended your arms.
Oh, good cover.
Close. You got to close the net there. Guillot was off the net.
Yeah. Tunaro was lucky. She was already close to the net on that one. So I think we've already seen more overheads to the side screen and to Spiz in this first game than we saw most of last set.
Well, that one was close. Catches the nick, though.
Got the line and the nick.
Advantage, Spiz.
And then for some reason, Spiz decides that a backhand return. You could see the way she was lining up. She wanted the backhand.
She wanted the backhand, and she was a little too crept up a little bit too much. She should have sat back just a little longer.
Well, to your point from just earlier in this game, again, you saw Tunaro drop the racket head, and like the wrist went down.
Goes down.
Made that volley, but that's not sustainable. Tunaro got in front of Guillot.
Advantage, Spiz.
Another break opportunity for Caravaggio Spiz. Huge forehand from Spiz. We've seen no adjustment. We saw Guillot stay back.
Yeah.
You're throwing the serve in the middle of the box. It's bouncing up to shoulder height, and she's just crushing it.
Gayu, Tunaro won the first set.
And Tunaro's been struggling with her volley all day. That should be top on their mind right now to figure out a way to neutralize that weakness.
It's interesting. When they're at the net hitting overheads, they're doing everything possible to avoid their Spiz forehand. But when they're serving, they're doing nothing to avoid their Spiz forehand.
Right. If that's truly their strategy, is to keep it away from Spiz's forehand, you're absolutely right. They should be adjusting their service game the same way.
Okay, so Caravaggio to serve. 1-love first set. I think that's 9 consecutive breaks of serve. Spiz just looks so uncomfortable there. At that point, she was just out of position constantly. I don't know why they're not hitting more balls there. Tunaro cannot believe she missed that one.
Yeah, she's been so indecisive on
15-all.
volley. She volleyed with an aggressive swing forehand there. It's not usually end well.
Well, it depends who you're talking about ending well for. There she catches the nick. She's hit that shot exceptionally well. 15-30.
30.
Series of short lobs from Spiz. She's just struggling, and they change direction.
Another short lob. I clearly understand why they wouldn't want to hit it over to Spiz's forehand, but it's such an opening to that side screen.
And then they hit that one.
Right, so that's what they're trying to stay away from, but there's room. There's room on the other side. And
lots of room. Great lob there. Just watch Spiz over there. It doesn't seem sustainable.
it doesn't, and you mentioned it earlier with Yo hitting the flatter overheads, which are fine. They're not hurting her as long as she gets it to the side screen. But I'd rather see them switch sides and have Tunaro hitting the overheads into that side screen.
15-40 for our 10th consecutive break. Although, to be honest, it might be 12th too. 14th, 18th.
And how many of these games looked like they were going to be holds and then were breaks?
Yeah. 30-40.
Game.
I like the swing, just doesn't execute.
One game all. Second set. Love 15.
The other thing I don't understand is why Gio is served second. I think she served better than Tunaro and certainly dealt with the volley, the first volley, better.
I agree, and I actually saw Gio warming up her serve to start the second set, and then she handed it off to Tunaro at the last minute, so they must have had a change of heart. We continue to see short lobs from Spiz's side.
This is the volley wide.
Love 30.
Big forehand there from Caravaggio. Love 40.
Love 40.
Big pickup by Gio.
Tunaro goes back to work, aiming for that corner.
That's great blitz from Caravaggio. And it's 2-1, second set.
They lead the second set 2-1. Gaio Tunaro won the first set 7-6.
I'd like to see more of that from Caravaggio. She hits that ball so well to dip it low over the net and then follow it up with a little bit of a blitz and keep the pressure on.
She's played a great match.
She has.
Spiz to serve.
She's rock solid over there.
Lobbed well.
And we've said it a few times. She's playing so steady. I think they're giving too much credit to Spiz's forehand at the expense of going behind her.
Lindy Spiz to serve. Gosh, Tenaro's missed a lot of volleys today.
15 love.
She doesn't look comfortable all day. So what do you do, Mark, when you're struggling with your volley and struggling with the decision making around the volley? When to close, when to come back? How do you recover from that?
I think to me, it's all about reverting to basics.
Yeah.
And keeping things as simple as possible. And not trying to be too fancy with anything you do.
I agree, and what's the basics with the volley? Being close to
Close
the net,
to the net.
backhand grip, favor the backhand 90% of the time, and stay settled in your footwork. Solves a lot of problems.
Big backhand there from her.
Spiz switches back to the backhand.
There are good nicks and bad nicks. That was a bad one, but Spiz misses the shot.
It was so bad it became good. It came all the way across the court, and the angle that Spiz had at it is very, you don't see that angle often, and I think it caught her off guard.
15 all. You know, all the damage we've seen Caravaggio and Spiz do has been off the deck. Very little driving of the ball off the wires. Which to me is, you know, again, just got to understand what your opponents are doing. Like there, that was a ball that was easily drivable. She chose to lob, which is fine. But now if I'm at the net, I'm thinking, okay, and there, Tenaro reaches for a ball and it hits Guillot because you can't see it.
Yeah.
30-15.
So
But
when
you're
you're
right.
going to err on your overhead, you can hit them a little extra hard to make sure they get to the wires.
Right, giving any team the sense that they have a guaranteed safe space, that they're not going to drive off the screen or they're going to block it in a defensive posture. It's a huge advantage. I will say Spiz is lobbing well enough to keep Guillot from getting a good angle at that side screen.
Misses that forehand by a lot. 30 all.
30 all.
Spiz is consistently keeping that lob just to the right of the tee so that Guillot doesn't have a good angle at the screen.
30-40.
Great backhand from Caravaggio. Great spot, too. She's really been impressive. Is that a cross-handed overhead?
I think so.
Working Tenaro over. Great lob from Guillot. Opens up the whole court.
Caravaggio, she's sees the opening, goes right into it. Tsunaro decided not to come in.
Why was she not at the net at that point?
I think she's very
nervous up
indecisive
there.
about the volley. Matches in line.
Great get from Caravaggio. Scrambling from Spiz. Tsunaro retreats.
Again. I don't know, I can't count how many times we've seen Caravaggio and Spiz at the net, but I like them at the net. Caravaggio plays a nice net game.
Great action there.
I think that was the longest point of the match. Great point. And we're at deuce.
Two points from a hold.
Which is also 2 points from a break.
Seems like we're always 2 points from a break. Usually it's 1 point from a break. Mislav long takes us to break point.
Advantage, Gaio.
Caravaggio, I think, played tennis at Duquesne in Pittsburgh. So she's played, I'm sure she's been on the court with Gio a number of times.
Okay.
See, that ball that Tsunaro intercepts to hit a backhand overhead just changes the whole flow of the point.
It did. A nice stab volley on that one. That was not an easy shot.
That's a great backhand.
Great sequence. 3/4 ace, and then
So
half
well
pace and then
spotted.
3/4 ace.
Right on that right hip. Rob misses long, and we're back to deuce.
Deuce.
That was close.
Yeah. Mark, I haven't watched Spiz play enough to know if she does hit an overhead. I'm sorry.
An overhand serve.
An overhead serve.
Yeah, I've seen her serve conventionally a number of times previously.
All right, so then I think you're right. I think this is not
Game point.
Not necessarily to defend against the good return of serve. It's just to keep the serve in.
Great ball there, surprises her, and we've got a hold to serve.
Caravaggio, Spiz.
3-1, Caravaggio Spiz.
Set 3 games to 1.
Pulled that backhand out of nowhere.
Serve.
haven't seen one of those really at all. I think that might be the first one, but and that was kind of what I was saying about I'd rather see Tanaru over there hitting that serve so that it's a little bit more of a roller, a little bit more of spin.
Gio staying back now.
Loose error from Caravaggio.
15 love.
So now we've got all 4 women staying back on serve. See if Gio does it when she serves. That's a really nice forehand from Gio. She's switching back to backhand. Caravaggio was on that one and missed it long or wide. Left 30.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. I was hoping to get somebody in the.
Nobody knows who's serving. Caravaggio's ready to serve again. They held last game, so she's eager to serve again.
That's right. When everyone stays back, you never know who's serving, right?
Yeah, it's easy to lose the score. I did a match one year at Fairfield County where they lost who was serving. I think it was Wilkinson and LePavera playing Durant Parsons, and like halfway through Wilkinson's service game after a long point, Durant started serving.
And they continued that way?
Yeah, they finished the game. I was like, this looks wrong.
Yeah.
But there was an umpire, and I thought, I must have it wrong. One of the rare times I actually had it right. There's a missed overhead.
So Caravaggio missed 2 easy return of serves, and then we see a missed overhead.
And 2 consecutive hold of serves.
Caravaggio, Spiz, lead.
For over 20 years, Paddle Pro has been recognized as an industry leader in platform tennis. The knowledge, expert advice, vast inventory, and ultimate customer service will help any player find the perfect equipment to take your game to the next level. Paddle Pro is the only website to carry all platform tennis brands. For more information, go to www.paddlepro.com. So what do you think, Anthony?
You know, that was the fastest game played, I think, all match. And it was when Caravaggio and Spitz had the biggest lead. So maybe they just started thinking they're gained some momentum and we're in a good spot, and then how quickly it can change again. So it just shows how much focus you need and how long you have to sustain it for to win one of these matches. It's a really loose game. You can't afford to have a loose game up 3-1 like that. Okay. Staying back again, as we know. Caravaggio to serve.
Well, that was a good swing. Misses that one.
Again, right at the nick, though. Did come out nice.
That's the overhead I don't like at all. Caravaggio's backhand, such a dangerous shot. They had a short overhead, and she just kind of set it up. That's a good lob from Spiz. Another missed volley from Gio. She is usually a rock-solid volleyer. 15 all.
You can almost see what she was thinking. She was saying, don't hit it to that forehand to Spiz, and she hit it there and then was still thinking about her mistake while she was trying to volley. It wasn't that hard of a volley, right? Great pressure.
But again, caught off the net. She's got a low ball. You got to step forward. You can't step back. She had no other shot. 30-15. Can we get 3 holds in a row? Couple of screen drives there, Caravaggio, but she misses that one. 30 all.
30 all.
Big moment of the match right here. So you see this almost man-to-man matchup between Tennaro and Caravaggio. Did you feel that way when you were playing at times, Anthony? Like you were playing against one person on the other side?
Oh, sure. I mean, when certain teams have a strategy and you know you want to focus on one person.
But nobody ever focused on you. They were hitting the ball to Steve Haller.
Well,
at least that's what I did when we played you guys.
Okay.
Not with much success, I might add.
Thank you. But, yeah, I mean, you choose your strategy and you stick with it, and sometimes that gets into your opponent's head. I'm going to see every ball. I better do something. And it can work to your advantage a lot.
A couple mistakes there. Takes us to 3 all.
Second set. Got you to serve.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Caravaggio and Spitz have had opportunities. They've been ahead, and then it's almost like they stop believing that they can win when they're up.
Love 15.
Another missed volley from Gio. She's usually rock solid.
Tennaro doesn't even attempt to volley that ball. Goes through and Spitz drops it.
So now Gio's staying back too. So for a change, Caravaggio gets that some overheads at Tennaro. That volley, foot behind the service line. That's good return there. Finds the forehand volley of Spiz, 15-30. A good recovery from Spiz. She was in all sorts of trouble there.
Gio's up at the net to make the volley, too.
And that hard overhead from Caravaggio straight in the back wire just doesn't do anything.
No, yeah, I think she's trying to get that to the corner, but she's just being overly cautious.
Good rip there from Tennaro. Forces the error.
30-40.
30-40. I wouldn't say this is a must game, Caravaggio Spiz, but it's in the neighborhood.
No, it feels like it, especially after being up 3-1. You can feel the wheels coming off a little bit.
Now that's something I know a lot about. Sometimes when I played, the axles came off too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge part of paddle.
Good dig there by Tennaro. It's amazing how the match has shifted. There, Caravaggio misses the volley. So the first set, we had Gio Tennaro at the net virtually 90% of the time, 95% of the time.
Yeah.
And now it's completely switched. Here we see Caravaggio. Spiz at the net all the time. Back to deuce. Tenaro lets that one drop. I think she was hoping it was going to be out.
Yeah, she was looking for an easy way out of this point.
Given the success they've had in the backcourt of late, not necessarily a bad play.
Right. That bounces on the line too.
You take the net. I don't want the net.
Okay, no. Kyo's got to be careful with these up and down overheads.
Like that one?
Exactly.
Although definitely a volley you'd expect Tenaro to make. Okay. Head out, another break opportunity. No one wants the net.
No one wants it.
You ever see a match when no one wanted the net?
Yes.
That
yes.
famous match at Short Hills, you thinking of that one?
Yeah, I've seen a few. I may have been involved in a few.
Estes Mackesy, Goodspeed Manziger.
Yep.
Oh. Backhand half volley, moving back. Yeah.
The second set, 4-3.
So 4-3.
Tenaro won the first set, 7-6.
Caravaggio Spiz.
Spiz to serve.
Okay, I think that, yeah, what you said it, Mark. That was a big game for Caravaggio and Spiz. I think if they lost that, the momentum would continue for Guillot, but I think it's anyone's set right now. We'll see what happens. With Spiz serving, I'm sure they're going to stay back again.
Okay, new ball. Wendy Spiz taking a practice serve, because if you're serving underhand, you have to be able to feel that ball. Tenaro staying back.
Can't say I blame her.
I like staying back too, the way I volley.
It's not working.
Change it up.
Exactly.
She's just so deep in the court where she serves and then she takes 2 steps back. She's supposed to hang in on the baseline, getting the ball early or stealing time from her opponent.
Right.
Get up the seam there from Spiz. Now there you saw Tenaro close the net.
On the net.
You think she got confused?
Well, she knew Caravaggio was going to drive it. I like where Caravaggio positioned that drive. Just didn't quite get it.
I wonder if she saw Tenaro close, because that was not a good swing. Another seam, could get up the seam there from Caravaggio.
Lobs are getting shorter and shorter. Caravaggio's got to go over Guillot on some of these lobs.
Hit the drop shot there. She's right on top of the net.
Oh, great dig by Caravaggio. She bit towards the middle. Recovered nicely. Yo's made a few of these overheads.
40.
They're short, easy.
Yeah, no
She
reason to
thinking
miss
too
that.
much?
Boy, I just think they need to be a little more patient, and it's hard to do. But you're getting errors from the team at the net. They're missing overheads. Lob more.
Stay patient, yeah. It's tough, though. You're right. That shot was there. It was a short ball. High percentage swing, but she just missed it.
Biz look for the change. Cover back to where she was. A great cover there from Caravaggio.
Yeah, unexpected nick, and she recovered well.
Riccio cannot find the nick. She's fired a lot of balls into there. She's just not hitting it. Hear the wind in your head in the speakers there? Okay, 15 love. It's been a while since Tenaro was ahead in her serve, it seems like. The women talking a little bit.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. I just saw Caravaggio stretching and squatting down, and she's playing a lot. They're playing a lot of balls from the backcourt, and she certainly is fit. But it's a lot of work over there. And when you start wearing down, you tend to make worse decisions.
30 love.
Having a tennis point here. Some ground strokes across court.
Caravaggio decides to come in. Little cross-court forehand. And would that qualify as a drop shot?
No.
30-15.
They'll take it. I like Caravaggio closing on the net. I think she should be doing that more often.
Great move there by Tunaro. And that takes them to 40-15. Chance to get up. 5-4. Return there from Caravaggio.
40-30.
One game point saved. Tenaro's taking her swings from the backcourt.
That ball
Misses
went.
that one wide, and we're back to deuce. I like the aggressiveness from the backcourt from Tenaro.
Yeah. We haven't seen that series in a long time. It's some good offense there, but Caravaggio kept closing on the net, and I think that's what Tenaro saw before she made that last volley.
Oh, she had her dead to rights, and she missed it. Missed her. Wins the point anyway. Gio's smiling. Spiz did a great job of getting skinny there. Very skinny. Another game point to go up 5-4. That one caught the seam and jumped over, and Tenaro wasn't ready for it.
I think that's the one that Caravaggio has been looking for, just to make it stick to that side screen, but she's been cautious and hasn't been able to place it there, but that was a good spot.
There's a big forehand, but Caravaggio's got the answer.
Yeah, that was the biggest forehand we've seen from Tenaro.
Good backhand there, a couple of them, but she beats her. Great move by Caravaggio.
Well, she's seeing that volley well. She's stepping in at the right time. She's made 4 or 5 good choices up there in the last couple of points.
Okay, break opportunity. Caravaggio Spiz.
So this is where Caravaggio and Spiz haven't been able to really close these points. This is a really big point for them. See if they extend this point out a little bit. Give their opponents an opportunity to.
There's so much confusion on that overhead.
It's indecision. Yeah.
But Caravaggio had hit the previous 10 overheads, and then it was the same lob, and Spiz decided she was going to hit it.
Yeah. So why does that happen, Mark? Is it I don't want the ball, you take the ball? Like in your head, are you afraid of missing that shot? And that's what I was saying. They're unable to close these points that are the real important ones to really get a good lead.
Yeah, that was such a strange sequence.
Right, there was no reason to make that decision unless you just at the last second said, I don't want to hit that ball. My partner go for it.
Great forehand there from Tenaro. Definitely feel like all 4 women are more comfortable in the backcourt.
For sure.
And that's okay. I just would like to see them going for a hard overhead, aiming for the nick, and then if it comes out wrong, then you retreat. But take a shot at it. Misses that one. Great work there from Tenaro, and they lead Fort add in.
Another point to hold.
Great recovery. Is she on it? Yes, great get. Nope, can't recover that one.
Good point.
That point reminded me of some of the times I played with Juan Araya, where he hit like 25 overheads in a row, and then the same lob would come through and he'd yell, yours.
Yeah,
what do you mean yours? You hit the last 25.
Exactly.
Of course, then he'd eye roll you when you didn't hit it.
I mean, it was still your fault, Mark.
Yeah, obviously. Whose other fault could it have been?
Of course.
Oh, look at this point.
Come on.
Amazing.
Oh, she still had a shot at it.
Wow, that was great action.
Good to see they're still having a ton of fun.
So another game point. But you see Tenaro's got tissues out on a regular basis. Wonder if she's under the weather fighting something. Wiping her eyes.
Advantage to Naru.
Okay, another game point opportunity for Gio Tenaro. So they've got Spiz kind of chipping every return right now. So to me, that's a great opportunity to kind of blitz on the return to serve.
You mean do a little bit of a delayed blitz?
Yeah.
Stay
back.
You're going to stay back.
Yeah, both people stay back and then come forward, either together or one of you.
Yep, no, that can work.
A great dig from Tenaro. She got her backhand. Oh, this is really good, well-played point. And she misses the lob long, and they will serve to stay in the match at 4-5.
They lead the second set 5-4. They won the first set 7-6.
So I love to ask my fellow commentator at this point, break or hold, Anthony, but given how many breaks there have been, I'm not asking.
Yeah, we'll reserve judgment on that. But it seems to be rolling the same way, just as Caravaggio and Spiz get a little momentum. They have a little mental letdown.
And as you can see from the draw, the winner of this match will get our #1 seed, Tanish Sabori, in the quarters tonight.
Great cross-court swing from Caravaggio.
Love that backhand.
Love
She's
it.
really been so effective with it all day.
And it's perfectly to the weak side of Tenaro. She hasn't been volleying that ball well. It's a tough volley either way, but
That's good work. Tenaro kind of moved her around, got her out of position, and then beat her down the middle.
15-all.
We're going to be following this match with a women's quarterfinal at 5. All of a sudden, a couple of mistakes from Caravaggio, and they're 2 points from the finish line. The snow, after dropping off a little bit, seems to have picked up in its intensity. 15-30.
that ball goes long. Another nice stroke from Caravaggio.
But that all started when Gio stepped in, changed direction of the ball, and then they had to shift, and all of a sudden you have that really good Caravaggio backhand, which hurt them. No reason to go away from where you are.
I love that backhand.
She's just killed him with it.
Catches the lead cord, doesn't hurt.
40-30.
We have a point to hold.
As soon as she gets that backhand over it, she's in trouble. She's so far off the net. She's got to aim for that nick, find it, otherwise she's going to lose the point eventually. Makes that volley. Spiz really competed in that corner. You can tell she's not real comfortable there, but she's just found a way. Well, not on that time.
said it a few times. I don't think they've played her enough in that corner side screen first, so. Oh, it stayed in.
Gio had plenty of time to hit that ball.
She did. Indecision, hoping for a free point. And another point to hold.
That's the change of direction I just don't like. There's no reason for it. And if your opponent hits a good lob, that's fine, but there's the nick. Comes out nicely, and the snow is really coming down right now, and we got 5-all.
5-all.
Great ball there from Spiz. Catches Gio off the net.
Big hold after being down love 30.
Gallo to serve.
Jessica Gio to serve at 5-all. Staying back. Caravaggio decides not to take the net, just like you said earlier. They're much more comfortable playing from the backcourt.
Misses that lob. 15 love. Again, staying back.
Another nick from Tenaro.
A great pickup from Spiz. There's that backhand from Spiz, which comes high off the back wire, the side back ball. Likes to hit that one.
Good choice by Caravaggio to block that ball. Was headed for the nick.
I love the little soft vying shot from Caravaggio. Tenaro off the net. That's a good play. Good hard overheads. And that's a reflection of not being comfortable driving the ball off the wires. Because I know you would have eaten that ball up. That would have gone hard backside. And you would have hit the ball kind of moving forward.
Right.
Down at your opponents.
Neither Spiz nor Caravaggio take advantage of that. As nicely as Caravaggio blocks the ball, you're absolutely right. There's at least 3 opportunities on those overheads to let them go to the screen and get offense. They've chosen not to do that.
Now there's some indecision. 40 love.
40 love.
Must be 3 holds in a row. Here Spiz hits a good return and comes forward and forces the error.
Goes wide.
40-15.
Caravaggio and Spiz have to extend this game.
Yeah, ball caught the seam.
Stayed deep in the court, caught the seam.
40.
Stuck to the side. All right, 40-30.
Up there from Tenaro.
Oh, that's a huge point right
And
there.
Nick beats her.
From 40 love to deuce at 5-all.
A great close by Caravaggio.
I was just going to say that. She's
good
really
action.
playing really nice net play.
So she anticipated the drive and got right on the net.
You give yourself so much more room for error when you close on that net.
When's Tenaro get a swing at this backhand? She's had 2 or 3 she could have taken cuts at.
Yeah, she's being a little cautious.
Very disciplined. A great move from Guillaume, and she catches the lead cord. But it's amazing how many times you get the breaks when you're in the right place.
That's right.
Great move there from Gallo up the side wire. Caught the down up overhead and took it early. 4th game point opportunity for them. Oh, that ball was ripped by Tenaro. Great forehand.
Waiting for that.
Oh. Tenaro retreating while they're lobbing. Oh, and she misses the half volley, and Spiz can't believe it. She's down.
Oh, I think she knew that wasn't the best decision, but it felt good in the moment.
Game Gio Tenaro, they lead 6-5, and for the 2nd time in the last 3 games, Caravaggio Spiz will serve to stay in the match. Nope, misses that one. Love 15.
Love 15.
Gio catches the nick. Love 30. Really well played point by her. And I like Tenaro keeping herself out of trouble. Not volleying well. Hit fewer volleys.
Right. It's one of the hardest things in paddle to do is actually realize when you're not playing well and check your ego and just do what you need to do to survive.
Okay, faults there, and that's triple match point. Great lob from Spiz. Gio's got such good hands. That was a tough ball. She made it look easy. Oh, misses the lob long. This couldn't be simple 40-love game, could it be?
Of course not.
Okay, 1 match point saved. And the lob is long. Game, set, match. Gio Tenaro 7-6, 7-5. That was a battle, Anthony.
Great match. Battle all the way. And like we always say, it always comes down to 1 or 2 points, playing the right shot at the right time. And Spiz and Caravaggio just couldn't turn a few of those over. And that is a wrap from the women's round of 16. We will be back at 5:30 for the quarterfinals. Join us then.